welcome back to 5-Minute Life Hacks. I'm your host, Natalia Ambrosia, coming at you from my bedroom in Los Angeles, California. And it's still my bedroom, and we're still in LA, but it's a different world. It's such a different world from when I started recording this podcast. It's a little bit scary because we don't know what's going on. There's a virus, and we're being asked to stay home and isolate, and some of us are alone at home, some of us have family, and there's just a lot of uncertainty because we keep being told it's going to be 2 weeks in isolation, and then time keeps being added on, and that's really scary. So in this episode, I'm going to talk to you about uncertainty and how you can give yourself some certainty in order to feel a little bit less anxious. So at the end of this episode, I'm going to give you a quick little trick on how to give yourself certainty and feel better, hopefully. So this episode is actually inspired by my own experience, which is the collective experience, everyone in the world, which is weird, isn't it? It's so weird that we're all going through this situation at the same time. You know, there's nowhere to go. I was talking to my dad the other day, and he was just like, you know, sometimes like you'd think if this was just going on in LA or in the US, you could just be like, I'm going to go to Mexico, I'm going to go to London, but there's like nowhere to go. We really are being forced to stay home and connect with ourselves. And in a sense, if you listen to my episode on social isolation and the benefits, it's beautiful because we're connecting with ourselves more, discovering more about ourselves, and also connecting with our family and friends. And for some, that may be a lot of screen time, which is kind of ironic, but I know I'm spending, even though I already used to voice note my friends all the time. I don't know if you've listened to my episode on voice notes. I'm finding myself FaceTiming my friends more, like talking to them on the phone in real time. And it's actually really wonderful. I really am enjoying that part of it. And also, I'm being asked to slow down, although I'm fortunate enough to still have work because I work in social media. After work, as it is, I'm being asked to slow down and think about what I want and think about the things that are important to me. And although my day-to-day is really not that different, it really is very similar. You know, I work from home. I go to the store once a week, once every 2 weeks. I go on a walk. I hang out with my housemates. I have a lot of outdoor space. I have an ideal situation. I have a pool. I have sunshine, so I'm not complaining. You know, I know that I have it relatively good, but I still feel anxious. And a lot of that is because of uncertainty, the uncertainty about how long this is going to last, the uncertainty for my friends and family that have lost their jobs or who do know someone who's been affected by the virus. It's all very scary. And so the other day I was thinking to myself, you know, how long is this going to last? And it was making me feel really anxious. And then I decided, you know what? The only thing that's going to give me certainty is myself. And I decided to tell myself, you know, this is going to take 6 months. And if it finishes before then, that's great. But if not, I should just plan for within those 6 months because I need to plan. I want to plan the future. And right now, that's what's making me anxious. That's what's making my friends anxious. Some of them have unfortunately lost their jobs, and that's terrible. I know that this is going on worldwide, and I feel for you. I feel for your situation. I don't know where you are, but that's my trick. I think that it sounds scary to plan for 6 months in isolation, because you're like, what? That's so long. But at least it's going to give you some certainty. So take a moment and let it set in. Think about what your life will look like for 6 months in isolation, what your day-to-day will be like. Maybe you don't have a job right now. Maybe you need to fill your day. Some of us may have to apply for unemployment, those sorts of things. But if you start to plan, although it's scary because you're like 6 months is a very long time, it'll start to give you a little bit of certainty. And then if anything finishes before then, it'll just be a welcome change, because at the end of this, we're all going to be different. And I think we're going to be different for the better. I mean, there's a lot of terrible things going on, and the virus is really a terrible thing that's happening. But at the same time, there's a lot of really good things happening. We're connecting with ourselves, we see with each other. And I think we're really going to be able to live a different world now. And I really do think that we're going to come out of this different people, and it's going to be a different world. It's crazy that we're living through this. This is like a spiritual revolution that we're living through. And I think it's going to be for the best. As always, please reach out to me at Natalia Ambrosia on Instagram. I love hearing from you. I'm sending you lots of love, lots of light, whatever your situation is. I really feel for you. And remember, we're all in this together. We're going to get through this. We're going to be better at the end of it. Sending you lots of sunshine and space and light. You're wonderful. Remember that. Bye.